Hello and welcome back to the channel, friends. This is Cat Canada. Thank you in advance to everyone who subscribed to the channel, and thank you in advance to everyone who will hit the subscribe button and who will smash the like button, leave me a comment, and share this video. The channel is new. Making YouTube videos on a regular basis is also new. I've stretched my legs on X as much as I could. Now it's time to play the YouTube game. Hang out with me for today's video. We're roasting Flip Flop Carney yet again. What's he flip-flopping on this time? Well, it's for support for the pipeline. Surprise, surprise. You may remember that at the end of November, Carney signed a memorandum of understanding with Alberta in which he commits to support for a pipeline from Alberta to BC's coast. The memorandum is very liberal and very much woke. It includes things like Indigenous consultations, methane regulations, carbon capture projects, etc. Here we have Alberta Premier Danielle Smith and Mark Carney signing that memorandum. And just yesterday, we have the Conservatives introducing a motion in support of that pipeline. Pierre Poilievre crafted that motion using direct wording from this Liberal MOU. You would think that would make it really easy for the Liberals to support that motion, right? Right? Despite the motion incorporating the Liberal language on the pipeline, including Indigenous engagement, green tech, carbon capture, etc., the Liberal caucus voted no, which essentially makes it look like they're just voting against their very own deal with Alberta. And of course, in typical Liberal fashion, after the Conservatives introduced this motion, the Liberals started melting down and crying, calling this motion divisive, a political stunt, a cynical ploy. All the typical Liberal weapons were pulled out of their back pocket when they were confronted with the fact that they're not being consistent. Poilievre and Carney got into it in the House of Commons about the whole thing yesterday, where Poilievre pressed Carney on voting against his own words and essentially fostering a rebellion in his own Liberal caucus.
Needs a pipeline to the Pacific to sell $30 billion of our energy overseas, outside of the U.S. market, making us more independent, self-reliant, our dollar, and therefore Canadians' purchasing power stronger. The Prime Minister always opposed the pipeline, which his party killed, but last week he flip-flopped and promised while he was in Alberta in a deal that he would build such a pipeline. So I took the very wording right out of that deal and put it into a motion before the House of Commons. He experienced a massive rebellion in his own caucus, but if he's going to vote against his own words, how can Canadians ever believe his words?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, as the Canadian national cricket team knows, you've got to play the whole T20.
Cricket? Who plays cricket?
It's not just a couple of overs. It's not just the pipeline. It's not just pathways. It is a price on industrial price on carbon that goes to $130 effective. It is reductions in methane. It is net zero 2050. It is building Alberta strong, Canada strong, durable, sustainable, and...
What an out-of-touch, self-identifying as a European boomer. Is Carney a boomer? I don't know. He looks like a boomer. He looks like Mr. Burns. Poilievre doesn't let Carney run and presses him again on how Carney voted against the very things that he put in that MOU.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
I took the wording for the motion right out of his deal. And if he votes against the motion, he's voting against the pipeline to the Pacific. He's voting against overriding the discriminatory and anti-Canadian ban on shipping our energy abroad. He's voting against consultation with the First Nations people and the British Columbia government, and he's even voting against his own beloved carbon capture and storage, all of which I took word for word right out of his own deal. So if the Prime Minister is only in favor of a pipeline when he's in Alberta, but against when he's in BC and Ottawa, how can Canadians even keep track of where he stands on anything?
Now, Carney tries really hard. He tries making Poilievre look really bad by accusing him of not acknowledging Indigenous rights and ignoring provincial jurisdiction, etc. But Poilievre shuts him down.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to welcome the fact that to my hearing, for the first time ever in this House, the Leader of the Opposition has acknowledged the constitutional right of Indigenous people to full, free and fair consultation. For the first time, he's ever acknowledged the role of the provinces in these pipelines. But he hasn't acknowledged yet the need for an industrial carbon price or the reduction in methane, two things that the Premier of Alberta acknowledged, signed wholeheartedly as part of a complete meal.
Not only do we acknowledge the obligation to consult with our First Peoples, we put that right in the motion.
It's there.
It's right there. It's right there, Mark.
It is.
We put it right there so that he could vote for the words that he put in the agreement. But let's be honest, he never planned to honor the agreement. He whispered quietly to the Keep It in the Ground Liberal caucus, don't worry, there will never be a pipeline. We'll delay it until after the election, and then, God forbid, if we win, he says he would kill it altogether. Why can't he say one thing to all Canadians and champion the pipeline with us today?
Yeah, Mark, why can't you say the same thing to all Canadians? Why can't you be consistent?
Mr. Speaker, the MOU between the Government of Canada and the Province of Alberta is about a pipeline. It is about carbon capture and storage. It is about interties with the clean electricity grid of British Columbia. It's about artificial intelligence data centers. It is about an industrial carbon price that works. It is about methane regulations that get methane down 75% so that we can have the lowest emission, low risk, lowest cost oil in the world and build this country.
He doesn't even answer the question here. He just lists a bunch of things from the MOU. This question period should be renamed dodging the questions period. Here's Poilievre driving the point home and listing all the things that he took out of the deal and put it into his motion.
We put the interties proposal right in the motion, right out of his deal. We put the carbon capture right in the motion, right out of his deal. We put the pipeline and the overriding of the oil shipping ban right in the motion. It came right out of the deal that he signed. So now it's clear that the only thing he really cares about is that it doesn't include an industrial carbon tax that will drive jobs out, drive grocery prices up. Why is it that he wants a carbon tax without a pipeline when what we really need is a pipeline without a carbon tax?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the grand reveal has been made. Mr. Speaker, I'm not a lifelong member of this House, so I don't know all the rules, but I don't think there's a limit on the size of motions. And in fact, since the MOU is already translated, I think it would be very easy to take the entire MOU in both official languages and propose them if the members opposite would support everything that the Premier of Alberta has done.
Just another day of liberal shenanigans and clownisms. On a totally unrelated and separate note, I just want to show you that I cut my hair. Let me know what you think of this length in the comments. It was much longer before. I used to wear it this short a lot. Is it too short? Do you like it? If you stuck with me to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Please consider supporting the channel by subscribing, leaving a comment, smashing that like button, because it really does help support. It tells YouTube to show the video to others. If you want to support the channel even more, I'm going to put my support link in the description below this video, and I'll also pin it in the comments. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.